Ariel Helwani for mmarated.com, being joined by the Strikeforce lightweight champion, a very tired Josh Thomson. How are you doing today, Josh?
I'm doing good. Lost my voice a little bit in the weight cut. But other than that, it was good. The weight kind of came off easy. It just the voice went first thing this time. Usually the voice goes the last thing. So, but I feel okay. Everything looks good. So hair looks good. I look good. I mean, you know.
Hair looks very good, I must admit. Was that like burgundy or what color?
It is. I just sat in my hairstylist's chair and she said, "I got something for you." I was like, "All right, cool." I just go with the flow, whatever she wants to do. As long as I'm not there for like 5 or 6 hours, I'm cool.
Do you usually lose your voice when cutting weight, or is this a special thing for you?
No, yeah, I usually do, but not usually. The weight cut's hard, but I lost it last night when I cut some weight last night. So tonight was today was a little bit of a it was a little strange not having my voice all day.
I've been seeing you doing a lot of interviews for this upcoming fight, and you keep getting asked the question, is there any different fighting in the Playboy Mansion and things like that? Are you getting annoyed at that question, or can I ask it again?
I mean, of course it's different. I mean, it's a smaller venue. There's only about 700 people that usually show up, you know. I mean, I think they only allow like 1,000 or something. So there's only about 1,000 people that usually show up, you know. But, you know, and it is different. Drinks are free. You know, fights start a little later, you know, but it's good. It's nice for the celebrities to come out and not be hounded by the media. And but it's nice that they, you know, for a good chance for us to get to meet, you know, a lot of celebrities, and them for them to meet us. I think it's great for them to meet us, because I think they want to I think some of them wish they were us, you know, just like we probably wish that we were them. You know, I know I'd love to do movies and be an actor, so you know, we admire them and look up to them, and I'm sure they do the same with us. They respect us in a different way.
All right, and tomorrow night you are facing Ashe Bowman. This is a non-title fight for you. Coming off of the Gilbert Melendez victory, it was a great victory, very inspiring. A lot of people were looking forward to your next bout, and you know, I'm not going to lie, they were expecting a bigger opponent than Ashe Bowman. What were your thoughts when you got the news that you were fighting in a non-title bout against a relative kind of newcomer to the sport?
People don't understand the reason why the Gilbert and my fight, the reason why that fight was put off for such a long time is that we were really looking to concede to who was going to be a #1 contender after me. You know, Gilbert wouldn't automatically be a #1 contender after if he had lost, and I wouldn't have been a #1 contender after if I would have lost. So they were looking for a #1 contender, and that's kind of what we're stuck with now. Gilbert actually, you know, he's had a couple injuries since our fight, and Masvidal went off to Japan and got his ass kicked. So we're sitting here now with no #1 contender, and this is the reason why we're fighting Ashe Bowman. There's nothing against him, or I'm not trying to take anything away from him. We're just really looking to see who stands out. We're going to see a great fight tomorrow night with Justin Wilcox and Ishida. And if Ishida wins, then odds are I'll probably fight Ishida in November. If Ishida loses, then Justin will probably look to maybe fight Gilbert, and you know, maybe we'll bring in another top contender from Dream. I do know that I'm lobbying for that push right now with Strikeforce. I'd love to fight like a Hansen, Eddie Alvarez, or a Caligiuri. You know, you know, something along those lines. I'd love to fight a top guy. So, you know, I have respect for all those fighters, Joaquim especially, and as well as Eddie Alvarez. You know, I have respect for all those guys, and Caligiuri. I just, we're really looking for a top fighter to present themselves, and that's kind of what this lull in this action is right now. I can't look past this fight though tomorrow. I really need to focus on Ashe and make sure that I go out there and take care of business, because I would hate to come off a great performance against Gilbert and then turn around and have a bad performance tomorrow night.
The fact that it's not a title fight, is that tricky for you, because you know that if you lose you still have the title, or do you kind of go into it kind of playing tricks on your mind, saying, okay, this is still the same thing as, you know, the Gilbert fight, 5 rounds, whatever?
Everyone plays in the fact that this fight, whether it be at the Playboy Mansion or whether it be at the Ace Pavilion, it's still a fight. Same thing whether tomorrow. That kid tomorrow still wants to punch my face in. And there's no other way of looking at it. It's still a 3-round fight, it's still a fight. Okay, whether it's 3 or 5, it's still called a fight. So the way I look at it is that I really need to focus on him, and I need to focus on beating him. I think the one advantage is that I know that my conditioning is good enough to go 5. I've trained just as hard as I did for the Gilbert Melendez fight as I did for this fight. Both fights I trained just equally as hard. One was a little bit longer. I trained a little bit longer for the Gilbert fight. I had a little bit more time to prepare for one specific opponent. We didn't get Ashe till about 6 weeks ago. I had 8 weeks to prepare for Gilbert. But other than that, really, I know that my conditioning is on par, and I know that I can push the pace for 3 rounds. So I think that's something that he's going to have to learn to deal with, that Ashe going to have to deal with big time.
How's the shoulder feeling?
Like I said before, it's never gonna be 100%. I think anyone who's had a major surgery is gonna, they know that. So it's, my range of motion isn't what it used to be. It's not as strong as it used to be. But obviously it's effective. It worked in my last fight. So it's, I just got to use it in this fight as well. And as you deal with injuries, you learn to work around them. And that's all I've done. Is I've learned to train. I've learned to work around it, not put myself in those type of positions that would possibly injure it. So that's the biggest thing.
All right, and finally, when are we going to see you rolling with Lauren Real again? You remember we had that pretty lady come to AKA, and a lot of people were trying to see if you were getting excited during the roll run. They were calling you out. They were calling you out on the site. Did you enjoy it?
There's a lot. There's people had posted some pictures about the forum. I even got a text from Eve Edwards. Who's that chick? And I started laughing. I said, "Hello, am I supposed to know?" I thought she came into the gym. She just wanted to meet me and me only. I said, "Why? You upset?" And he started laughing. But actually, I was actually supposed to be out in Austin just recently for Ricardo Cortez's boxing match. I wasn't able to make it because I had a family wedding, and but I think I'll be out there as well to visit Paul Bonatello, and I may end up, bumping into her or something like that. I heard she lives out there near Paul, and we're gonna probably do some training out there with Paul to help him train for his affliction fight. But really, I really don't know. I guess
Get the cameras for that to follow you on the blind date.
Hey, I guess next time though we'll have to see. If she comes into San Jose again, we'll work something out.
All right, well, he is Josh the Punk Thomson. Tomorrow night in a non-title fight, he's going to be going up against Ashe Bowman at the Playboy Mansion. Best of luck to you, Josh.
Hey, thank you.